To start this video, I'm going to be covering literally all of Mike Wang's Q&A questions that he's answered so far up until this point. It's a lot of information, I'm going to be reading a lot, but it's a lot of very useful stuff, and it's going to be explaining a lot of the major changes that are going to be coming up in 2k26, so stick around. A lot of information coming your way. A lot of good changes in my opinion. And let's jump right into it. Is there still a high/low risk reward setting? And the answer is no. Shot and layup timing risk reward settings have been removed. Everyone will play on the same field. Now that's great. If you got on the game to let the game play for you, then we just have different opinions. But I love this. This is good for the game. Can you explain how rhythm shooting works? Can I still green a shot with early or late timing? Now, the way they explained it was a little confusing, but this should help clear it up. Rhythm shooting is basically all about mastering your shot's unique tempo. There's still an ideal timing point for when you should push the pro stick, but you don't have to green the timing to make the shot. However, the better you time the release, so when you flick it forward, the more wiggle room you'll have to match the tempo, aka the speed at which you flick it forward. The timing of the right stick movement and the speed of the right stick throw will also affect how the animation plays out. So if you start the push early and throw the stick fast, you'll see the shooter look rushed. If you delay your push, you'll see that player hold the set point and hang for a bit before starting the shooting motion. And if you throw the stick too slowly, you'll see a lazier looking follow through. It's great if you need to intentionally rush your shot to beat a closeout or low shot clock, but your green tempo window will be much smaller. To reiterate, the timing does not matter for you to hit a green, but the timing will impact how big that green window is, to put it very simply. How does rhythm shooting and button shooting compare? The goal was to make both rhythm and button shooting very viable options, with neither having an advantage over the other. But they are very different mechanics, so it's not really possible to directly compare them. Some will be much better with the button, and some will be much better with the stick. Rhythm shooting is definitely more rewarding in my opinion though. Smiley face. And that's coming from Mike Wang, saying that the more skill will probably be on the right stick, and it's probably going to be a little more forgiving than the button. And I can agree with that. As someone that shot a lot of rhythm shots that were perfect tempo but slightly early or slightly late, all those would have been green next year. And my shooting percentage on the 3-ball would have went from like a 47 up to in the 60s. So rhythm shooting is going to be much easier. Kind of what I'm taking away from that. Will there still be RNG in shooting? No, there will be no RNG in shooting. There has always been some element of RNG in every past version of 2K, including NBA 2K24. 2K26 will be the first version to feature a completely green window on pro or lower difficulty. You can still make whites, but otherwise it's green or miss. I mean, that is absolutely perfect. We love that. That's exactly what we want. I don't want any differentiation in my shot unless I make it different, aka me shooting it early or late. Will there be a boost for turning the shot meter off? Turning off the shot meter will slightly increase the size of your green window. Just like always, we've always had this happen. Personally, in 2K25, I did not feel that boost, so I just turned my shot meter back on so I could learn the meter for my dunks and some of my hop animations. So I just kind of adapted to having my meter on this past year, but I'm gonna turn it back off for 2K26. Are there different shot meter options? All the shot meter options in 2K24 and 2K25 are available to choose from for this year. including the new default meter, which you saw in the courtside report view. That was just a very simple curved bar. That was just a curved white bar that went up, and there was a green notch at the top for how big your green window was. And that green notch was dynamic. It moved depending on the coverage of the defense. So great. We love seeing that green window back. We love it. Are there any changes to the contest system? Yes, there have been a number of changes to the contest system's logic. We're rebalancing the effectiveness of hands-up, no-jump contests. I do that a ton. You'll see it in my videos. And jumping contests to better reflect how shots are impacted in real life. As someone who rarely jumps and mainly plays hands-up defense, this is going to be perfect for me. We're also showing coverage percentages in full shot feedback again. I am going to be one of those people that has full shot feedback on, so I can see the coverage percentages, so I can call out my teammates, because this game is all about accountability and teamwork. And I don't care if I have to be the coach. I'll be the bad guy. Are there any changes to dunking? Yes, holding turbo and the right stick down is now how you meter dunk in 2k26. This will also encourage more flashy dunks, but you can also get a flashy dunk on the shot button, aka X or square, if you are wide open with no trailing threats. Emphasis on no trailing threats, and you are open. The meter dunk logic has changed a lot, and you'll notice a much bigger green window on open and both driving and standing dunks. We love that. We love when we're open that the meter or the green window is big. That is a good improvement. Are there any improvements to standing dunks? Yes, we've reworked the logic for standing dunks to make them more reliable for bigs who aren't too crowded under the rim. We have also returned standing dunks, skill dunks, to have generally larger green windows to compensate for how fast those animations are. In my book, that is perfect, because some of those standing dunks, even when you had a 90 or a 95, the animation was just crazy fast. Some of them were actually really hard to time, so giving a generally larger green window is a W. That is a W. How do height/attribute restrictions work for custom layups? Height and rating restrictions, similar to 2K25, the new custom layup package. So if you qualified for a specific player's layup package, you get everything that would have been included. The normal, reverse, quick scoop, floater, Euro, hop step, and spin packages in 2K26. We could kind of piece that together ourselves, but you know, some people need that read to them. Are there any changes to dribbling besides the new controls for signature size-ups? Dribbling has changed a lot in NBA 2K26. Branching and chaining moves will generally feel more responsive, and you can interrupt more moves than you could in 2K25. We made an effort to dribbling faster and the inputs more responsive as well. You'll find some great new content, as well as the return of some old favorites, the Scottie Pippen behind the back wrap. So I think dribble heads will be able to create some nice highlights this year. Mike's saying we're gonna be able to cook. There's gonna be some wild chains. People are gonna get creative, and you're gonna see the rise of dribbling again. Have there been any changes in baseline sensitivity? Yes, there was an improvement to address the baseline sensitivity, especially when attempting baseline layups. Anyone that played the game at all knows exactly what this is talking about. When you're going from the corner to the baseline and there's someone next to you, you almost always step out of bounds. I'm glad they're fixing that. That should have been a patch, but whatever. Do motion styles have an effect on gameplay? Yes, motion styles are driven by pro play, just like dribble styles, so some styles will naturally be quicker and more explosive than others. We kind of already knew this. We've added rating gates, so you'll need higher attributes to equip more effective styles. There you go. Speed and agility will probably impact your motion style, so make sure to get those physicals. Are there any changes to pluck steals and lane steals? Alright, so on-ball steal targeting and steal animations have been improved to reward defenders who position themselves well and anticipate the dribbler's moves. The canned animation pluck steals have been almost entirely disabled. Pass interceptions have been tuned a bit, but have similar effectiveness to 2k25. I mean, there were some lane steal demons, but like, I'm glad they're getting rid of the animation locked stuff, making it a little more free-flowing. Are there any other new passing controls? Another passing feature added to NBA 2k26 is contextual auto lob passes. With this new auto lob to moving passes control setting enabled, pressing the normal pass button, X or A, the or icon passing will throw lob passes to moving receivers in situations where a normal chest pass would be more prone to getting intercepted. So if this system works really well, we're just going to leave this on and it is on by default, we're just going to leave it on. But Mike Wang notes, advanced playmakers who only want to throw lob passes by pressing triangle or Y will want to set this option to disabled in the controller settings menu. So for all my bigs that love to huck the board down the floor for the assist, or for any of my park point guards, you might want to turn this off, but we have to see how it plays. We'll have to see how their system actually works. Since double tapping circle or B is wrap passes now, can you still do flashy passes? This was something that popped into my head when they brought up wrap passing. Flashy passes has been moved to circle and X or A and B. Self-alley oops are now mapped to square and triangle or X and Y. So it actually kind of makes sense that shoot and lob pass are now self-alley oop. So good for them. Good job. That's actually a good change. I needed that wrap pass. Actually, I needed that. Can you use quick protect even without a defender reaching on you? Does it use adrenaline? You can use quick protect at any time, even if no one's around, and it does not consume adrenaline. That is good to hear. We love being able to protect the ball from spammers. Are there any changes to how adrenaline bars work? Adrenaline will function very closely to what you're used to in 2k25, but there have been some minor tweaks. For example, if you spam too many escape moves in a short amount of time, it will drain your adrenaline bars. So, for all those spammers, behind the back spammers, you're in trouble. You gotta learn some creativity. Are there any changes to bursts and change in direction for ball handlers? He spent more time tuning the dribbler's ability to start, stop, and cut. The speed and tightness of changing directions will vary based on rating and dribble style. Yeah, we kind of already knew that. It also height will factor into that very slightly. Can anyone do a quick catch and shoot, or does it have to have attribute/badge requirements? No, anyone can perform a quick catch and shoot mechanic. There are no restrictions. So that's good. Holding left trigger will activate the quick catch and shoot, or what is called the no dip catch and shoot. Is the size of the green window different for no dip or quick catch and shoot compared to regular catch and shoot shots? The green window for quick catch and shoot shots are the same as regular shots. It's possible this could change in the future. They're thinking about adding it as a skill gap, but they also think it would probably be OP and are scared to put it in. So in my opinion, their fear is good. I would not put it in the game on drop as a buff. I would just have it as a mechanic that speeds up your jump shot, because that's technically already a buff in its own. Can you do no dip catch and shoot in team controlled modes? The answer is yes. In team controlled modes, as soon as you initiate the pass, just hold left trigger or L2 as you're catching it and start the shot. just like you would on your My Player. Can we pull the chair while being back down in the paint? Yes, you can. You can pull the chair in the post by tapping circle or B when an offensive player makes contact. It is at that moment that they initiate contact that you need to do it. You gotta tap B or circle. Can you cancel out of the new post go-to shots? For the post go-to shots that have a dribble, yes, you can cancel like regular go-to shots. You can always pump and chain to step throughs also. So kind of like when everyone started using the KD go-to shot and they would cancel out of it going to the right and it would be how they get to the rim or a blow by. Yeah, people are going to figure out stuff like that for the post moves. Are there any changes made to address L2 decks? We've made an effort to reduce the unrealistic motions / cuts that can result from dexing. Attempting to use dexing to cut back and forth repeatedly will consume adrenaline. So for all you cheesers out there just sprinting around with 99 agility and speed, it's not going to work as well. Are there instant greens in NBA 2k26? This year we made the jump shot sellies and shot feedback dynamic based on the quality of the shot. It factors in the shooter's rating, defensive coverage, and the shot timing or tempo for rhythm shooters. So if you have an excellent release on a wide open shot with a good shooter, you'll get an insta-green, aka you are Steph Curry, wide open from 3 in the corner, you will get an insta-green. Now on the other hand, if you are Shaquille O'Neal and you get a wide open corner 3 and you somehow manage to bang that, do not expect that to be an insta-green. It will not be an insta-green, okay? Alrighty, and the best for last. If you don't green a rebound, can you still get it? What happens when 2 people both green a rebound? Let go of it! You can still grab a rebound if you don't green the timing. If a little player is trying to out-rebound a big, excellent timing will often not be enough to secure the board for the little guy. If the big makes 0 effort and just stands there, the little guy will have a better chance with perfect timing. If 2 players green the rebound timing, the outcome is decided by positioning, ratings, and height. The core mechanics around how rebounding works isn't changing. Timing your jump has always been an important aspect of rebounding. Let me read that part again. Timing your jump has always been an important aspect of rebounding. This has not been new. This has been since the dawn of basketball. You've had to time your jumps to get the rebound. The indicator was added to just help players understand how rebounding works and when to jump. Yeah, if you couldn't figure that one out before, I don't know what to say to you other than please do not get on my team. But beyond that, that is all of the Q&A questions that we covered with Mike Wang, and I will keep you updated on any more information that drops. We're getting hungry for the builder. I'm ready to see what's going down with that. But more information on the way. Stay tuned. I'll catch you later.